First things first, before we actually hop into the game, we need to go over why Aramis Garcia is now in AAA. Basically, the plan was to have 3 catchers on the Major League roster because Posey was going to play a decent amount of first base. Posey has not played much first base this year so far, so Garcia was kind of just taking up a roster spot. He's been sent into AAA. We decided we needed another reliever, another left-handed reliever to be specific, so Brandon Finnegan has been called up to the big league roster. Giants on the road as they're taking on the St. Louis Cardinals here at Busch Stadium out in the Midwest as the Cardinals send out Michael Wacha, the right-hander. This will be his 4th start of the season for the Cardinals, and opposing him for the Giants will be veteran right-hander in Brandon Beachy. 4th start of the year for him as well. Giants lineup 2-3-4 of Posey, Schimpf, and Cargo, and the Cardinals lineup with a struggling bottom half to start off this season so far. So bottom half of the first inning, Jose Martinez is going to hit a ball over the head of Schimpf at third base for a little base knock to start off the game. And then with a runner on first, a ball gets past Buster Posey, so Martinez is able to move up to second base. So runner in scoring position for Jairo Munoz. He goes down swinging on the big 12-6 curve breaking ball. So still runner on second, now 1 out. Paul Goldschmidt then draws a walk. So it's first and second, 1 out. Brings up Marcelo Zuna, hits a ball into right field. Cargo fields, whips it on home. They do not test the arm of Gonzalez, so it's bases juiced for Matt Carpenter. He would go down 3 straight curveballs. He swings through the 3rd one, and it's now 2 down, and then Paul DeJong gets some decent wood on that ball, but not decent enough as it's going to be line drived right at Steven Duggar in left field. And now move things on to the top of the 3rd, where Jacoby Jones is going to hit a ball into right center field. Harrison Bader gets to it quickly, throws it into the cutoff man, but Jacoby Jones is going to be in there with a triple to lead off the inning, but then Steven Duggar would pop one up to center field. Harrison Bader is there under it, catches it, fires it on home. He has a very strong arm, but Jacoby Jones, he is quite fast. He's able to beat it out, and the Giants strike first 1-0. Then bottom half of the 3rd inning, Matt Carpenter grounds into a 6-3 inning-ending double play. Bottom of the 5th now, Michael Wacha going down on that nasty 12-6 curveball. And then Jose Martinez just could not go around on the 89-mile-an-hour fastball up and in, gets him frozen. Brandon Finnegan would enter the game in the bottom of the 7th. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Locks up Munoz on the inside slider. Finnegan gets out of the jam. John Brebbia then comes on for the Cardinals in the top of the 8th. Steven Duggar at the plate, not usually known for his offensive skills, but he does something here. Hits a ball a long way into the right field seats. Steven Duggar solo shot. He has the sac fly, and now a solo shot. Both runs are off the bat of Steven Duggar. So 2-0 now as Mark Melancon comes on in the bottom of the 8th, and Paul Goldschmidt's going to hit a ball into left field for a base knock. Move things on later in the inning, 2 outs. Paul DeJong at the plate hits a ball into left center field. That's going to roll up against the wall, but Jacoby Jones, great jump, fields it quickly, gets it into the cutoff man, which is Brandon Crawford. Throws it home, and Goldschmidt is gunned at the plate. Beautiful relay throw by Brandon Crawford, and it's going to still be 2-0 heading into the bottom of the 9th, where Reyes Barranza would work a 1-2-3 inning, topped off by a jam pop-up from Colton Wong, and the San Francisco Giants win this one by a score of 2-0 over the St. Louis Cardinals here in St. Louis. Brandon Beachy had a great day on the hill, so he gets player of the game honors. He went 6 strong, struck out 5, gave up no runs. While on the offensive side of the day, it was pretty bare for both teams, but Steven Duggar did have the sac fly and the solo shot. Jacoby Jones had a triple in this 2-0 win for the Giants. The Giants continue their road trip as they are now in the Bronx to take on the New York Yankees, and the Giants wearing some throwback unis. The New York Giants are in town. Derek Rodriguez making the start for the Giants, making his 8th start of the year, and Masahiro Tanaka also making his 8th start of the year with a sub-2 ERA for the Yankees so far. Giants lineup led off by Yamada in this game, while the Yankees lineup very strong, 1-9, no weak spots. They are, however, without Gleyber Torres, who has a broken hand. So start things off top half of the 3rd inning. Buster Posey is going opposite way for a base knock, lands in front of Judge. It's going to be a 2-out hit. And then after that, Ryan Schimpf, lefty, Yankee Stadium. It's a home run, just guarantee it. This one, however, very far into the upper deck. It's a 2-run shot off the big bat of Ryan Schimpf, and it's now a 2-0 lead for the Giants. Move things on bottom half of the 5th. Didi Gregorius hits a long fly ball to right field. Carlos Gonzalez at the wall, hits off the wall. Gonzalez cannot field it, so Jacoby Jones comes to back it up. It's going to be a double for Didi. After that, DJ LeMahieu, the professional hitter, hits a ball into right field. Carlos Gonzalez flat out does not try to field that one, and it's going to be an easy RBI double for DJ LeMahieu. 2-1 is the score now. Trevor Gott comes on in the bottom half of the 6th with a 2-1 lead to try to maintain, but Aaron Hicks is going to hit a ball into left center field over the head of Jacoby Jones. That's an easy double for Hicks. He's on second base, and then when Luke Voigt comes to the plate, a pitch would get away from Buster Posey. He throws over to third, but Hicks moves up on the wild pitch, so it's runner on third, 1 out. Luke Voigt would then ground out to shortstop. Run comes in to score. Game is tied at 2. The Yankees, however, were not done in this inning as Didi Gregorius then hits a line drive to right field, which gets out of here in a hurry. Last time it was a long arcing pop fly. This time a laser into the seats, and it's a 3-2 Yankees lead. Top half of the 7th, Jacoby Jones draws himself a walk that would end Tanaka's day, gives his had a tip to the crowd, and then Adam Ottavino comes on to relieve him. So it's runner on first, and Jacoby Jones, he's got some speed, and he shows it off. Goes and swipes second base, and then Brandon Crawford, not hitting quite well this season, tries to lay down a bunt to move up Jacoby to third, but it's not going to work, and then he could not pull the trigger on the down curve, on the down fastball, so he strikes out. Steven Duggar then grounds out to second, moves Jones up to third, so it's runner on third with 2 outs. Yamada then draws himself a walk, brings up Buster Posey, who already has 2 singles on the day. Yamada then with an 0-2 count to Posey goes and steals second base, so it's second and third, 2 outs, 1-2 count to Posey. He cannot pull the trigger on the down and away fastball, right on the black. Ottavino gets out of the jam. Yankees 3-2 lead still intact, and Tyler Beede comes on after a double given up by Gott in the bottom of the 7th. And he would throw a hanging curveball to Giancarlo Stanton. Obviously, he doesn't miss those. That's a long 2-run home run for Giancarlo Stanton, and it would be a 5-2 game. And that would pretty much wrap things up for this game. Each team would tack on 1 more run, so your final score is 6-3 New York Yankees over the San Francisco Giants here in the Bronx. Didi Gregorius gets player of the game honors. He was 2 for 2 on the day. He had that line drive homer, as well as a double. Scored twice on the day. Giancarlo Stanton had the monster home run. DJ LeMahieu was 2 for 5, and Aaron Hicks was 3 for 4. Just all-around good day to the plate for the Yankees, while the Giants continue with their hitting struggles, as it was really only Ryan Schimpf who had the 2-run shot, and then Tyler Austin had a solo shot in the 8th inning, but it was too little too late. Only 5 hits on the day for San Francisco. And before we move on to the final game of the episode, a little bit of good news. The Giants, despite their hitting woes recently, are still 7-3 in their last 10, and they maintain first place in the National League West to start off the season. I don't think that's going to continue to be that way throughout the season. I don't think that on paper this Giants roster is very good, especially their offense. And then on the flip side, we do have some bad news as Buster Posey is on the 10-day IL with a pulled groin. He'll be out for 1 to 2 weeks. And since a catcher has gotten hurt, that means Aramis Garcia is already back up in the big leagues. Maile and Garcia are the big league catchers. But then flipping back to some good news, as Tyler Anderson is actually currently 2nd in the National League in ERA, having a very good year for the San Francisco Giants to start things off. The Giants are finally back home in San Francisco as they're playing host to the Milwaukee Brewers here at Oracle Park. Tyler Anderson, the left-hander, making his start for the Giants. This will be his 9th of the season for San Francisco, while Alex Claudio, usually a reliever, will be making his 2nd start of the season for the Brew Crew. And the Brewers lineup, of course, led off by Lorenzo Cain. Giants lineup, there it is, Luke Maile behind the plate catching. And start things off top half of the 2nd inning. Jesus Aguilar draws himself a walk. Next batter up, Travis Shaw, full count, also draws a walk, so it's 1st and 2nd after a pop-up. One of them will move over to 3rd, so it's runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Jason Castro, of all people, is going to hit a ball off the brick in right field, and that's going to drive in both runs, a 2 RBI double for Jason Castro, and the Brewers have a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the 2nd now, Jacoby Jones hits a ball left field line. He's going to use his speed to get into second base, and he slides around the tag. So a double for Jones, but then Luke Maley, not the greatest of hitters, grounds the ball out to second base, and it's going to be still 2-0 Brew Crew. Top of the fourth now. Jesus Aguilar hits a ball, right center field, bloops it in for a single since the outfield was playing so deep to respect his power. And then Travis Shaw, yet another full count walk to him. So first and second now for the Brewers. Brings up Orlando Arcia, who chops one back to Anderson, throws it over to first, so now it's 2 down with runners on second and third. And Jason Castro up to the plate. We got deja vu. This time, he's going to hit a ball to left field, and that's going to drive in both runs somehow as Austin's throw cannot get to the plate in time, and it's now a 4-0 Brewers lead. Chachin then comes on in the bottom of the 6th for the Brewers, and Ryan Shimp finally delivers the first well-hit ball of the game for the Giants. That's going to be in Triple's alley, but it was hit so hard and Kane got such a good jump, it's only going to be a double, but it doesn't matter anyways, as Evan Longoria then goes down swinging on 3 pitches. Chachin gets out of it, and that would pretty much wrap things up in this game. That's the summary of it. Those 2 innings for the Brewers, lots of just nothing going on offensively for the Giants, and it's a 4-0 win for the Brewers. Travis Shaw even got player of the game honors despite him walking twice. He also doubled and singled, so he was actually 2 for 2 on the day, on base on all 4 of his plate appearances. And then Jason Castro had a double, he had a single, he drove in 4 runs on the day, all the runs off of Jason Castro's bat. But with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the San Francisco Giants franchise. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying, my guy Tormund is heartbroken, and I will not stand for it.